listen, because of the screen, because I don't want you to get shielded.
Okay, give me a kiss. My phone just died, that's all.
I can keep you safe.
It's okay, I got it, okay? Come here. I can't believe they just did that. Damn. So you know where I could take these bitches off?
No, please, no. I don't want you to get shielded.
Turn around and grab something real quick.
Mom, Daddy, they not gonna shoot me, okay? I'm already in handcuffs.
Don't take them off. If you like, take them off and you
You're
get
right.
everything
That's
started.
694. We're going to put a 2.2. Take the boy thing.
I wish this town was safer. Yeah, the towns. We was living in.
That's true.
I don't want it to be like this anymore.
Tell that to the police, okay? When they come, okay? Tell them you wish that they didn't have to kill people.
Give me a phone call.
It's so bad. I should have been told that.
Excuse me. Hi.
Switch you. 8701.
My phone just died and I have no way to contact family for rides or... Can I have my phone or my property? Like, when am I going to be able to retrieve my items? You guys are steady saying I'm not arrested, but yet I feel like a prisoner.
Well, they have to get your statement first, Haymans. Okay. And it's understandable that you are in the state that you are. Okay. So that's why we need a better environment than on the street to talk to you. Okay, that's why we brought you back here, okay?
So why couldn't y'all have brought me to the hospital?
That's, like I said, it's not my call, alright?
All we was about to do is go home and have dinner and get ready for work tomorrow. It wasn't out. It was not visible.
Okay, so
what they say, because I know you just got the text.
yeah, I don't think, Phil's died. I got some bad news. And I'm sorry it happened. Did he say anything after he was shot?
He didn't say anything. His eyes rolled in the back of his head and he just looked at me.
Okay.
He didn't say anything. There was nothing to say.
I'm really sorry. It's terrible.
This officer got to go home to his family. He took him away from us. Oh, God, that's real. It's not fair. It's not fair. Please get me out of here.
We can do that.
How would you like to be taken to the hospital? Do you have a...
I don't have any ride. They took my cell phone, my house keys. I don't even know how I'm getting home in the...
We'll get that stuff back to you. Your cell phone, we'll get that back to you.
I want to go to the hospital so I could see him for the last time.
House keys, you said they took those?
They got my purse. They got everything.
Can we call someone right now, Diamond?
I don't have any numbers to call anyone.
Okay, I can maybe send a squad car over to our house and have someone communicate with you, you know.
I can't let an officer go to a house.
There's no house to go to. I don't have nobody but my boyfriend. I don't have nobody.
Your mom or...
No, my mom lives in a different state. He was all I had.
So you have no family?
No family, but my sister who was at the scene.
Where did she go to?
I don't know. They took my phone. I didn't even get to talk to her.
Okay, so you need your keys to get back into your apartment.
And I need my phone for sure to call people.
Heartbreaking video released of mom and child after they watched a cop murder Philando Castile. Heart-wrenching video was just released showing the arrest of Diamond Reynolds and her 4-year-old daughter after they watched police kill Philando Castile. I don't want you to get shooted, mommy. St. Paul, Minnesota. Last week Americans became outraged after a Minnesota jury found St. Anthony police officer Geronimo Yanez not guilty in the 2016 shooting of Philando Castile. On Wednesday, following the release of the dashcam footage, the in-car video of Diamond Reynolds and her daughter was released. It is nothing short of heart-wrenching. After watching a cop shot and kill her fiancé, Diamond Reynolds was handcuffed and arrested for no reason. A responding officer held her and her daughter at gunpoint with an AR-15. She was thrown in the back of the police cruiser as her daughter pleaded with her mother to make sure she wouldn't get shot. The 4-year-old child had just witnessed a cop kill an innocent man as he attempted to reach for his concealed carry license, and now she finds herself being kidnapped by the assailant. "Fuck," screams Reynolds as she sits helplessly handcuffed in the back of the car. "Please don't scream because I don't want you to get shooted," says the courageous little girl. "I can keep you safe." "I can't believe they just did that," Reynolds notes as her daughter breaks into tears. "I wish this town was safer. I wish police wouldn't have to kill people," her daughter says as she breaks down. After handcuffing her, Reynolds was not taken to the hospital to see if Castile was okay. Instead, she was taken to the police station where she was interrogated and treated like a criminal. As she was questioned, she was not allowed to leave, her phone was confiscated, and she recalls being treated like a prisoner. Philando Castile was not a criminal. He was an upstanding member of society who happened to have a broken tail light and get targeted for revenue collection by Officer Yanez. Because Yanez was a coward, Castile is dead. Read more. The only person going to jail for Eric Garner's death is the man who filmed it, and he's getting 4 years. There has always been a systemic problem in the state of Minnesota, and me thinking, common sense, that we would get justice. But nevertheless, the system continues to fail black people, Valerie Castile, Philando's mother said. "My son loved the city, and the city killed my son and the murderer gets away. What does it say about police in America when they can kill innocent people on video and not only escape accountability but keep their jobs? Officer Yanez is guilty. Had he not been a police officer, rest assured that he would be in a jail cell right now. We continue to believe the killing of Philando was senseless, without cause, and veiled in unfounded racial fear and prejudice," state lawmakers in the Minnesota House People of Color and Indigenous Caucus said in a statement, adding that urgent reform of our policing and criminal justice systems is needed. Urgent reform, however, will not give Diamond Reynolds back her fiancé.
I do have a firearm on me.
Don't reach for it then.
Don't
pull it out. Don't pull it out.
You just killed my boyfriend.
Don't pull it out!
He wasn't.
Go move! Fuck!
Oh man, I can't
Fuck!
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Don't move!
Oh my
Don't
God.
move!
Oh my God. I'm shaking.
Don't move!
Don't move, baby.
Code 3! Get the baby girl out of here!
Don't
Fuck!
move, sir.
Don't move!
Move, babe, please.
Fuck!
Whatever you
6921, give up! Back here, code 3! Shots fired! Fuck!
back. And the police, he's scared. They took my boyfriend. His license, he's carried his license to carry. He was trying to get out his ID and his wallet out his pocket, and he let the officer know that he had a firearm and he was retrieving the wallet. And the officer just shot him.
Man, just keep your hands where they are! Fuck! I told him not to reach for it! I told him to get his hand open!
He has to go get his ID, sir, his driver's license. Oh my God. Tell me he's dead. Please don't take my boyfriend just
Just keep your hands where they are, please.
Yes, I will, sir. I'll keep my hands where they are. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me, baby. You shot 4 bullets into him, sir. He was just getting his registration, sir.
Get the female passenger out!
Ma'am, exit the car right now with your hands up. You see your hands. Exit now. Keep them up. Keep them up. Where's my driver? Take the hands from me and walk backwards. Walk backwards. Walk. Walk it. Walk it.
6910. 6921, I'm sorry. 1 adult female. Getting taken into custody. Driver at gunpoint. Juvenile female child is with 6920. Made a couple other squads block off the intersections. Get supervisors here. Page them out. What do you need more? Keep his hands, let's just wait.
Yep. Alright.
Okay. To see both his hands, I need somebody, let's get gloves on.
Our all officers up.
Okay.
Our all officers good.
Okay.
Our all officers good.
All officers are good. We need it pulled in park.
I'm going to take your spot. I'm going to take your spot. Listen. I'm going to take your spot, buddy. Listen. I got your spot, okay? I got him. I got him. I got him here.
You got him?
I got him. I got him, buddy. I got him here.
Just, yeah.
You alright? Dude, you're alright? You're not hit any area.
Oh my God. Fucking A.
Walk back here.
Fuck!
Walk back here.
Yeah, I got it. Oh, fucking A, dude! I told him to fucking stop. He had his hand out. Fuck! Oh my gosh!
We need your medics.
Oh my gosh, dude! Fuck! Let's get some more squads here so we can fucking block off everybody over there. Ah!
We got that blocked off down there. We got it blocked off here. Someone move a squad up alongside over there. Move a squad up. Block that. Anybody able to move a squad up to block? Someone across the street.
What location are you at that you have it closed?
Well, Marvin and St. Mary's, just Holly.
This is 180, can you advise on that? If they still need the traffic closed off there?
Traffic blocked off. Can we get a
Copy, we're going to keep all the traffic blocked off here.
Are you able to move the quad up so they're not all filming across?
Fucked up right now.
Okay. Maybe mine or something?
I need you to just breathe. Okay? Breathe. Which direction did you fire your weapon?
Right at the driver. I had it right out.
Okay.
I had it pointed down. I don't know how many rounds I let out or anything.
Okay. So you were, I just need to know which one's your car right here.
Mine's the one that's pulling them over.
Okay. So you pointed just directly ahead of
Just directly, I had it at my waist.
Was he sitting in the car or was
He was sitting in the car, seat belted. I told him, that's your license. And then told me he has a firearm. I told him not to reach for it. And when he went down to grab, I told him not to reach for it. And then he kept it right there. And I told him to take his hands off of it. And then he had his grip a lot wider than a wallet.
Okay.
And I don't know where the gun was. He didn't tell me where the fucking gun was.
Okay.
And then it was just getting hanky. He was just staring straight ahead, and I was getting fucking nervous. And then I told him, I told him to get his fucking hand off his gun.
Okay. Okay. Is everybody
Fuck!
Is everybody in custody? Do we have everybody? Were there two
there was
people in the car?
3 people in the
Three
car.
people in
It
the
was
car.
a female front seat passenger, the little girl in the back,
Breathe. Breathe in.
and the dude.
From having been through this before, listen to me real quick, but
Okay.
so I know you want to talk about it, but there's things we need to know.
Yep.
If there's any other suspects, you said no.
Yep.
What direction did you fire your weapon?
Yep.
I had it down his hip. I had it pointed down at diagonal
Okay. Nope. So we're just bringing it on
into the car.
Yep.
It's all around are in the
Okay.
car.
Good work. And then there's no other outstanding suspects, and nobody else is injured that you know of.
Nobody else is injured that I know of.
Okay.
Breaking, dashcam released showing cop murder Philando Castile. The horrifying dashcam footage showing Officer Yanez murder Philando Castile has just been released, leaving everyone wondering how he was acquitted. St. Paul, Minnesota, last week, a Minnesota jury found St. Anthony police officer Geronimo Yanez not guilty in the 2016 shooting of Philando Castile. This week, they released the dashcam footage, leading one to question just how blinded the jury was in coming to their decision to acquit him. When watching the very graphic and disheartening dashcam footage below, one is left in utter bewilderment at the jury's decision. Perhaps it was the judge's decision to disallow them access to Yanez's testimony twice. Or, perhaps, a slick-tongued police apologist, trained in the art hypnotizing the jury into thinking that law-abiding licensed concealed carry permit holders are somehow a threat to cops. Or, perhaps, America has a horrid problem holding police officers accountable for murdering citizens. No reasonable officer would have used deadly force under these circumstances, Ramsey County Attorney John Choi said in a press conference after watching the dashcam footage last year. Philando Castile was not a threat. And now we know why. For some reason, during the stop, the cowardly Yanez began to fear for his life because of Castile. However, all Castile was doing was telling the officer that he was legally concealed carrying. Under Minnesota law, you do not have to disclose that you are carrying a firearm during a traffic stop unless you are asked. However, if asked, carriers must answer truthfully and provide their permit to carry, along with identification. During the stop, Yanez became aware of Castile's handgun and Castile was then legally required to show him his license. Read more. Ferguson PD just showed us political correctness is more dangerous to a cop's career than murder. While Castile reached for his license, the fearful Yanez opened fire, dumping 7 rounds into the innocent man. He emphatically repeated that he was not pulling out the gun, only that he was lawfully carrying, explained Choi, noting that even after his dead body was examined that the gun was still in the bottom of his pocket and his permit for carrying it was in his other pocket. His dying words were in protest that he wasn't reaching for his gun, noted Choi. The cowardly Yanez's murderous actions were so uncalled for that the shots even surprised his partner. During this entire incident, Officer Cowser did not touch or remove his gun from its holster, stated Choi. By his actions, and his own words, Officer Cowser did not see Castile make any sudden movements and was surprised by the gunshots. Now that the video has been released, we can see all of these facts for ourselves. There has always been a systemic problem in the state of Minnesota, and me thinking, common sense that we would get justice. But nevertheless, the system continues to fail black people, Valerie Castile, Philando's mother said. My son loved the city, and the city killed my son and the murderer gets away. As the Free Thought Project reported last year, Castile was a ticking time bomb because of law enforcement policy in the United States. Prior to being pulled over and murdered by Yanez, Castile had been stopped a whopping 52 times. All of these offenses were non-criminal, had no victim, and were used to extract thousands from this poor man. Read more. Police claim teen ran after they shot him in the back, but the autopsy shows that's impossible. According to the Post, Castile was assessed at least $6,588 in fines and fees, although more than half of the total 86 violations were dismissed, court records show. Castile was not a criminal. Not only was he not a criminal, Castile was an upstanding member of the community who now mourns his loss, yet he was targeted by police dozens of times. Castile was murdered over a tail light. But, as the Free Thought has pointed out, this was a near mathematical certainty because Yanez had undergone special training which taught him that the public is the enemy. In May of 2014, reports the Minneapolis Star-Tribune, Yanez underwent a 20-hour seminar on street survival taught by Illinois-based Caliber Press, which teaches courses on the subject to police officers nationwide. The company's street survival seminar overview displays a monomaniacal focus on that most important of all policy considerations, officer safety. It treats every police encounter as a combat situation in which only one life truly matters, that of the government's armed emissary, not that of the citizen who is supposedly being protected and served by him. And now we see the ultimate result of training cops to kill.
Stay with me. We got pulled over for a busted tail light in the back. And the police just, he's covered. They killed my boyfriend. He's licensed, he's licensed to carry. He was trying to get out his ID and his wallet out his pocket, and he let the officer know that he had a firearm and he was reaching for his wallet, and the officer just shot him in his arm. We're waiting for a back. I will, sir. No worries. I will. Fuck! He just shot his arm off. We got pulled over on Larpener.
I told him not to reach for it. I told him to get his hand out.
You told him to get his ID, sir, and his driver's license. Oh my God, please don't tell me he's dead. Please don't tell me my boyfriend just went like that.
Just keep your hands where they are, please.
Yes, I will, sir. I'll keep my hands where they are. Please don't tell me this, Lord. Please, Jesus, don't tell me that he's gone. Please don't tell me that he's gone. Please, officer, don't tell me that you just did this to him. You shot 4 bullets into him, sir. He was just getting his license and registration, sir.
Get the female passenger out.
Man, exit the car right now with your hands up. Let me see your hands. Exit now. Keep them up. Keep them up. Face
Where's my daughter? You got my daughter?
Face away from me and walk backwards. Walk backwards towards me. Keep walking.
Backwards. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking. Get on your knees. Get on your knees.
detained right now until we get this all sorted out, okay?
They threw my phone, Facebook. Please don't tell me, Lord Jesus, please don't tell me.
Purse here.
Okay,
Any weapons or anything?
No, please don't tell me my boyfriend is gone. Here, take it off my hand. Please don't tell me he's gone. Please, Jesus, no! Please, no!
Stand up, walk over to me.
No, don't let him be gone, Lord! Can get my phone back?
Yep. Okay.
What? Please don't tell me my boyfriend's gone. He don't deserve this. Please. He's a good man. He works for State Farm Public School. He doesn't have no records of anything. He's never been in jail, anything. He's not a gang member, anything. That you protect us from all this hate, all this crime that's going on in the world. I ask that you cover him, Lord, that you allow him to be still here with us, Lord. His family needs him. I need him. He needs us, Lord. Please, Lord, wrap your arms around him. Please, Lord, make sure that he is okay, that he's breathing, Lord. Please, please, Lord, for these police officers, they are not right, Lord. They are not to just kill these people like this, Lord. Just spare their harm, Lord. Please, Lord, you know our rights, Lord. You know we are innocent people, Lord. We are innocent people. We are innocent people. We are innocent. My 4-year-old can even tell you about it.
I'll talk to my supervisor
It's right there. It's on the floor. It's right
Can you
there.
just stand right here, sweetie? I'm just going to keep your own handcuffs off. Yep, I'll take care of that, okay? Can you just stand right here for me?
Stay right here.
Go ahead and stand up.
Can you, before you take the handcuffs off, can you walk me?
Can you search her before I... I can't right now. It's got to be processed, okay?
Well, yeah, I feel what you're saying.
Okay.
Come here, Dada.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is that your phone?
We in the back seat of the police car. Phil's sister called me. The police just shot my boyfriend for no apparent reason. My phone is about to die. They shot him. He shot him 3 times because we had a busted tail light. He asked him for license and registration. He told him, that man, that it was in his wallet, but he had a pistol on him because he's licensed to carry. And the officer told him, don't move. And as he was putting his hands back up, the officer shot him in his arm about 4 or 5 times. I'm on Larpenteur and Fry. Whoever can come to Larpenteur and Fry, that's where I'm at. I'm going to need a ride home. We is on Larpenteur and Fry. Alizé, if you can come to Larpenteur and Fry, we right here in Roseville. They got the Roseville police. They got me handcuffed. My phone is about to die. I'm on Larpenteur and Fry. The Roseville Police Department just shot my boyfriend. They shot him 4 times. He's licensed to carry. We had a busted tail light. And we had some weed in the car. That's about it. It was a Chinese police officer that shot him. He's Chinese. He's about 5'5", 5'6.5", heavy set guy. He asked him for his license and registration, which was in the back of his pocket because he keeps his wallet in his pocket. And as he went to reach, he let the officer know before he was reaching that he had a firearm on him. And before he can let the officer know anything, the officer took off shots. About 4 or 5 rounds was shot. And my boyfriend, I don't know what condition he's in. I don't know if he's okay or if he's not okay. I'm in the back seat of the police car, handcuffed. I need a ride. I'm on Larpenteur and Fry. They got my...
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheep up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Charlotte County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if some, if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave a, let's say, actually, yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But, do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it, 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt-free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, you know, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. You know, 47,000 of you so far right now. You know, $1 a day. I mean, $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.